the co-host now, the which is he is Adesu Emmanuel, is going to be the sharing with us how he has been able to he was able to get the scholarship and how he has been studying in Europe. So I'm going to be bringing him up now. So Mr. Adesu Emmanuel, you have the floor. You can go on now, share with us. You have the floor now. Please share with us what's you think. Oh,
Thank you so much, Mr. Oluwagbenga. So I don't know, is it okay if I show my camera or can I just solve it? Hello, can you hear me?
yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So as I said earlier, my name is Omoladeshi Emmanuel. So initially, I think the guys just are making a mistake. I'm not in Poland, but I'm in Europe. So actually, I'm in Italy at the moment. So where I currently on my master degree. So basically, I would just like to start with this word. In everything, give thanks to God. So I actually remember me and Gbega were friends back then. We graduated from the same school. We attended the same church. So and it's a privilege to be here with him again this morning to share with you some few things about my application. So basically, I study in Nigeria, Federal University of Technology. I had my BSc in Fishery and Aquaculture Technology. So, and that was in the year 2018. So I went for my service in the year 2019, ended in 2020. So I would like to say this, before even graduating, I've been planning on how to go outside the country, go abroad for my studies. So basically, before graduating, I've had my plans already in motion, and that's what I mean. So I remember when I graduated, like I applied for the first scholarship, which is Commonwealth, but I couldn't finish my application because they were requesting for NYC discharge certificate then. So I couldn't continue with that scholarship then. So, but basically, I've had a lot of experience. Like, okay, I see how this application process look like. I've applied for both Commonwealth scholarship. I've applied for MasterCard. So basically, I'm not the kind of person that keep records, but basically, if I can remember clearly, I applied to more than 5 or 6 scholarships. But you understand what all this means? Because most of the scholarship is just receive a no, receive a yes. But it's just a one yes you need. So basically, I'm just going to share my experience with you. My experience is just basically a scholarship, but not a fully funded scholarship. In the sense that I realized after pursuing all this Commonwealth scholarship, MasterCard, a lot of scholarships, understand what I mean? Like, okay, most of these scholarships, they require you to write GRE. While I'm being taught in English in my undergraduate, I don't really like to stress myself, but later I wrote the English test. So basically what I just received from these applications are just rejections upon rejection. So basically, so when I made my research, I realized there are some schools outside Nigeria where you can go for your master's at a low fee, like extremely low fee. There are even places where you don't even have to pay school fees. Germany is education free. You understand what I mean? Germany is institution free. All you just have to do is just to book your appointment in Nigeria. But we all know how the visa application is in Nigeria at the moment for Germany citizens, for people who want to go to Germany to study. So a lot of constraints, a lot of difficulties. So basically, I applied to some self-funded schools in Europe majorly. To get admission in UK is very, very easy. You understand what I mean? Even before graduating, I have some admissions in the UK, but you understand how UK is like. Their school fees are so much, and you have to keep up. You have to keep working to just keep up the school fees. So basically, so I was not really interested in it because I already told myself I want to do my master's, but I don't want to pay any fee. I want to go either on the scholarship or on the partially funded scholarship. That I won't have to break a bank again to sponsor my master education. So basically, I made my research and I realized, okay, there are some schools in Europe. So basically, there are more than 28 countries in Europe, where Germany is part of, Italy, France, Czech Republic. So I realized in Italy, most Nigerian students, they don't pay school fees. Like, okay, it's just like a tuition free, but you just have to apply for it. So basically, I'm in University of Padova, which is in Italy, in Padova. That's Italy. So I realized that most Nigerian students here, they have 2 different kinds of scholarship, which is called regional scholarship. as you all know, we have different states in Nigeria. So also we have different states. We have different cities or different regions in Italy. So they don't call their own states, but they call it regions. So each region have a scholarship, have a fund allocated to Italian students to study in any of the schools. So basically, my school is University of Padua and is in the Veneto region, is in the city of Padua. So basically, each region has their own, they have funds allocated for Italian students to study. And these funds are for you, you don't pay school fees, and you still get a stipend, provided you meet some requirements on the south time. So basically, my school is over 800 years. It's one of the oldest schools in Europe. So I think it's over 800 years exactly, if I'm right. Yeah. I think University of Bologna is the oldest, followed by University of Padua and some other schools. So due to my past experience of writing SOP, of writing statement of purpose, of writing personal statements, because I've applied for a lot of, when I say I've applied for a lot of opportunities, I'm not really lying, because I have a database of everything I've written from when I was still in my undergraduate, all the letters I've been writing, templates of people some templates I got from other people. So I have them on my system. So when it's time for me to write personal statements, like I'm already used to it. So basically when I apply, I actually applied for this same school in the year, not the same school, I think in another school that was in 2020. Yeah, 2020. So but due to there was no correlation between my bachelor's degree and my master's degree. So I was denied admission. So basically I tried again in 2021. So I studied fish and aquaculture technology. So I realized there's a course in marine biology in my present school, which I applied for. So basically, I applied for the admission around January 2021. The application deadline was February 14 or February 30. I can't really remember. So basically, the school I am currently, they have three admission process: the first call, the second call, and the third call. The first and second call is basically for non-European Union students, which are students outside EU region. So you said that you apply for the first or you apply for the second call if you're a non-European student. So the third call is for those people who are European students, understand, who have a citizen in one of those European Union countries, maybe Germany. Basically, since I'm from Nigeria, I'm one of the non-European countries. So I applied for the first call. So and I pay an application fee then, which was 30 euros. That was around 15,000 naira then. So I wrote my personal statement, submitted everything, collected my proof of English language proficiency from my alma mater, which is University of FUTA. So I submitted all these documents, submitted my motivation letter, personal statements, and submitted some other documents which I did require. So basically, what is required of you is your bachelor's degree, your transcript, you don't really need work results if you're coming for a master degree in any of these courses, because unless you're applying for a bachelor's degree. So your transcript, once again, your transcript, your bachelor's degree, your proof of English language proficiency, your personal statement, and I think just the application fee. So that was basically what I submitted. So around March 2021, I received an email that I was being granted an admission into the Department of Marine Biology. So initially, I have a friend over here who came a year before me. So like he was the one giving me some updates about what is going on. So basically, so when I got the admission, I thought, okay, I have admission already. So then I was asked to pay. I was asked to pay like an acceptance fee, which was, I think it's just like a one-time payment. Every student has to pay that amount. It was 196 euros. That was around not over 100,000 naira. So basically, I told you in Europe, or should I say in Italy generally, we have regional scholarships, and in my school we have a scholarship called Padua Excellence Scholarship. Padua Excellence Scholarship is a scholarship that is being given to, it's a scholarship that is based on merit. It's being given to one student in each department. And basically, I think it's just for a student in each department. So it might not be the whole department, but so initially, whenever you apply for the first or second call, you either get this scholarship. When I start with time, so this scholarship are for those who apply for the first call. Basically, I think it's for the first who apply for the first call. So that's when you're going to get the Padua Excellence Scholarship. So initially, I applied So when I got the admission, I was hoping to see my name on a list of excellent scholarship, because everybody was actually waiting for that scholarship, because even though if you have the scholarship, if you don't have scholarship, you still have to pay the application fee. So, but then when the list came out and I couldn't see my name, so I just, okay, even that one, I think this is a great step. I'm going to, even if I don't get further excellent scholarship, I'm also going to apply for a junior scholarship when I arrive here, or when I later in the day too. So I paid the application fees. So I think the following month I received an email from the same school. Okay, we are happy to inform you that you receive a tuition fee waiver. So basically, I said, oh, this is making sense. So I got an admission. I'm not paying school fees. And basically, I'm still going to come back to the school fees. Initially, I'm still going to come back to the school fees. So I was saying this is a good step. Okay. Now I have a tuition fee admission. Okay, that means I'm not paying school fees. So what do I need to do again? So basically, I talked to my friend over here. Okay, told me, okay, yeah, this is a great fit. So the next thing is to go on with your visa process, whereby, okay, I don't know if it's majorly for all countries, but in Italy, for you to apply for the visa application, you have to do some things to your documents, whereby you have to take your documents to the Ministry of Education in Abuja and Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So you have to do what they call authentication and legalization, which is done at the embassy. So basically, okay, around April, so I went to Abuja to Ministry of Education with my original documents. I went to the Ministry of Education to authenticate these documents, and I went to the Ministry of Education to also authenticate. So this authentication is done at both Ministry of Education and Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And many of you, if you have been to Ministry of Education, you realize that Ministry of Education is not far from Ministry of Foreign Affairs. They're just very close to each other. So basically, that process took me like 2 days, or basically 2 or 3 days. So, and each document for authentication then was 300 naira per document. So you have to upload it online, then you have to pay the money online. So it was so basically I spent around, let me say, 20,000 naira for both authentication at the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So after the legalization, after the authentication, you have to take a document to the embassy for legalization. So what did I say? I said the first step was authentication, while the second step was legalization. So as for this legalization, okay, basically before the legalization, there's a portal for all European, I think for all Italian, for all Italian university. And so you have to go to that portal. Then I think I'm going to send some links to Benga after this meeting, understand, so I can share the link with you. So, but it's not basically for everyone unless you have an admission. So you have to go to that site, then input your details. Then after inputting your details, then they're going to send your information to the school. So your information about your admission will be sent to the school. The school we acknowledge the document. Yes, we got an admission. Then they will forward the document to the embassy. So they will forward your admission to the embassy. So, and this document is what we call I think I'm trying to remember the name now. I'm coming, just give me a few minutes. So I'm trying to remember the name of these documents now. So basically the document is what is you're going to take along with you if you're going for legalization in the embassy of Italy, in Italian embassy. So I'm coming, just give me a few minutes, let me check for the documents. So I hope you are following me though. I hope I'm not too fast. If I'm too fast, you can just tell me to slow down a bit.
We are following.
So can you hear me now? Okay. Yes. So the name of the document is called pre-enrollment summary. So the name of the document is called pre-enrollment summary. So this pre-enrollment summary contains your date of birth, your fiscal code, your admission. So details about your admission. So basically, on this site I was initially talking about, then you go to the site. The school will tell you to go to the site because all this information has been disseminated through the International Admission Committee, international admission department of the University of Padua, where I was being admitted. So they were sending me regular emails to tell me, okay, this is the next thing to do. Go to this site, register for it. And after that, I did that. And my info was sent to the embassy. Okay, your info has been sent to the embassy that you have an admission. So you print out a document that is called pre-enrollment summary. So basically, I just want to share with you the journey of how I did all my process, because this process is what I did by myself. I didn't employ the service of any agents, because that's most people like to work with an agent. But basically, I will advise you if you're applying to do your studies abroad, to move abroad, is basically you do everything by yourself so that you can understand the process. So when I got the pre-enrollment summary, okay, then I sent an email to the embassy. So I would like to do for a date for legalization. So then I was given a date for legalization. So basically, I'm coming to Italian and the official language is not English. So basically, I have to translate my documents to Italian. So there are 2 or 3 authorized translators in Lagos and Abuja for translation. So I contacted one of them. Okay, I need to translate my documents. So I was touched. So okay, this is how you do it. Then I sent my documents to the translators. One of the translators I use is in Lagos. Then so I sent my documents to her. So I told her, okay, my legalization date is so. So I have to come to Lagos a day before to get it. A day before the actual legalization date, to get my documents to cross-check, because I would like to say this. If there's any error on your translation from English to Italian, the embassy will have to bounce you back for incorrect translation. So I have to cross-check everything. Hope this thing, although I don't really understand Italian, but there are some things I can say and I can relate with, you understand what I'm saying. So I went through these documents and I cross-check it. So I realized, okay, these documents. So I saw some errors. Then I have to go back to the woman, to the translator, to tell, okay, I saw some errors. I said, okay, yeah, we can still correct it. So we corrected it. So on the day of legalization, I went to the embassy. Actually, the embassy is also in Lagos, is in Water Carrington. Yeah, if I'm right, yeah, Water Carrington. So where there are many embassies, we have US Embassy, Italian Embassy, Germany. I don't think Germany Embassy are there, but we just have a lot of embassy in that area. Water Carrington, it's not far from Radisson Blu in Lagos. So on this day, I went there as early as possible, because Lagos is a busy place. So if you have an appointment by 9, you have to leave wherever you are around 6 or 5, so that so the traffic won't delay you, understand? And so other people will not follow you. So actually, I left home around 6. I got to the embassy so early, around 7 or 8. And actually, these are the embassy people. They don't come when they said you come by 9, you come by 9. So I was there before the time. So I was just cross-checking. Hope I'm not doing any mistake. Hope every time I'm supposed to come with, I'm with it. So basically, so when the Italian embassy finally resumed work for that day, so there was a list for the list of students who had to transfer their documents on this day. So our name was being called. They got our documents. So we get our document, okay. Then we enter the embassy one after the other. So then the legalization is just like what should I say? It's just like a formal translation of your documents to authenticate, to just certify your documents are true. You understand what I mean? So to certify your documents are true. So when I got this document, so when it was being legalized, so then I was asked to come back like 3 to 4 years to get the documents back. So for legalization, it was around, because I'm a student, you understand what I mean? So I'm a student, so all my academic documents were legalized for free, apart from my birth certificate, which is, because it's a non-academic document, so it was being legalized for a fee at that year, which was around 16,000 naira. So I don't really remember the price, but I think the price changes per year. So after doing this, I'm a student and I came with my pre-enrollment form, which certified I'm a student. I think for other people who want to visit Italy or who want to travel abroad, I think, if you're not a student, I think they legalize this document for a fee, but I can't really remember. But because I'm a student and I'm going for my master's degree, so I went. So finally, I was done with my legalization. So what is done after legalization? The next step is visa application. And as you all know that, Italian visa is a non-appearance visa, unlike the US visa. I think UK visa is non-appearance visa too, but I'm not really sure. So Italian visa is also a non-appearance visa. So all what you need to do is just to submit your documents. Your document is going to speak for you. So you don't need to appear in front of any VU officer for interview. So whatever they need from you, I think you have to provide it in document format. So Before that day, so I think before I booked my appointment with the TLS, because the embassy does not directly handle the visa processing. They don't directly handle it. So they use a third party agency which is called TLS. It's also located in Lagos. So I think the TLS is just like a middleman between you and the embassy. So they collect documents from you, submit to the embassy make a decision, return it to TLS, and TLS return the document. So basically, before that day, as I said earlier, I was okay when I couldn't get the admission. I couldn't get the first scholarship. Was the merit-based scholarship, was the part excellence. So basically, around that July, I received an email. So congratulations, you have been awarded a Padua International Excellence Scholarship. So I was so, of course, I didn't really understand it because I was thinking the window for this scholarship has been closed, but basically, I don't really remember. But fortunately, I was awarded the Padua International Excellence Scholarship. So when I told my friend about it, I said, wow, that's great because basically, I can't say I'm really impressed with them, but I finished with a second class upper, which was 4 point something, 4 point, I can't, 4.2 and above out of 5.0 from my footer. So, and I think it was a good grade because I really realized, okay, if I'm going to come out with second class upper, then I need to do better than I need to do better than normal second class upper. So basically, I think my result was one that spoke for me, and fortunately, I was awarded the Padua International Scholarship. So then the International Excellence Scholarship also come with a tuition fee waiver and a stipend of 8,000 euros per year. So that's basically what the Padua Excellence Scholarship is all about. So it comes with a tuition fee waiver and a 8,000 euro scholarship, 8,000 euro stipend per year. So when I got this this scholarship, yeah, I can say scholarship. So I think with this scholarship, your application is kind of easy because they realize, okay, you're coming to a country whereby you don't have to pay school fees, and even the government is paying you some certain amount of money per year. So I think it's a really good one. So basically, when I received this scholarship, when it's time for me to apply for my visa, there are some documents there's a document that's been released by the embassy, I think every year. This document contains the list of everything you need to submit for your visa application. So when I got the document, everything that was asked to be submitted, I got it. So if you're using a sponsor, either your parents or your relative, so you have to get some documents from there. Maybe their payslip, the employment letter, and some documents. So, but there's a core document that's been called requisite document for Italian visa. So basically, so I got this document, then I worked with this document, everything that was being required for me. They require my legalized documents, my original documents, and some other documents. So basically, and even though, like I would like to say this, if you are applying for also the visa, you need an accommodation over here in Italy. So you need an accommodation in Italy because the embassy, they respect you. They expect you are coming to a new country, so you must have a place to stay. We don't want you to come here and just be homeless. So basically, the accommodation aspect was a little bit of an issue because there are lots of accommodation issues apparently I don't know, maybe it's in Padova at the moment because Padova is a big city whereby we have a lot of students and we have a lot of black people also. Like we have a large number of black communities over here too. So accommodation was kind of an issue for me because for other countries, I believe you can use an hotel booking to get a visa, but currently at this moment in time in Nigeria, if you want to apply for Italian embassy, if you want to apply for Italian visa as a student, they expect you to have a place you are supposed to come and stay over here. So, and that comes in two ways. It's either you have a contract over here or you have a relative over here who's going to house you for like 6 months before you get your accommodation. So basically, because I have a scholarship, I believe the scholarship has covered my proof of fund, but I need to get a way around this accommodation issue. So basically, this is what happened. I applied for the school hostel. When I applied for the school hostel, I was shortlisted, but due to my ranking was very, very high. Out of like, I don't know how many people applied, but I was 68. And basically for first year to them, I realized they don't really give accommodation to a lot of first year students. So they really give accommodation to a lot of first year students. So I applied for the accommodation, but I was ranked number 68 out of over, I don't know how many people. So basically, and this is delaying my application because I need to submit everything as possible so I can get my visa. So basically, what I just did was, okay, I booked an hotel. I booked an hotel over here for like, because it was during COVID-19 period, I booked an hotel for 21 days, which was 3 weeks. Then I got a document from the school saying that, okay, so is our student and is going to be assisted in getting an accommodation when he arrives in Italy. So basically, when I got the documents, okay, I said it's time for me to apply for the visa. So I won't waste more time because basically the school resumes October 4. The school resumes, I think, the last week of September, but my own department resumes the 4th of October, which was 2021 then. So I need to submit my visa application before then, so I can get a response. So basically, my plan was to be here before the schools resumes. But basically, because it was during COVID-19 period too, so the school operates on a two mode whereby they teach both online and both offline. Like there's a physical class and also there's online class. So basically, because I couldn't apply earlier for the visa due to the issue I was having with accommodation, so I opted for the online class. So sometime my visa application around September, I can't really remember the date. So I'm for the embassy to make a decision. It has to take them 3 weeks. I think it has to take them 15 working days, according to what has been on their side. After 15 working days, they're going to respond to your visa application. So basically, I think the first. So initially when I applied for the visa, so I think it was around September 16. I can't really remember. So and the school is supposed to resume. Like this first week of October. So my visa application was first denied on the basis of I don't have proof of accommodation. I don't have proof of accommodation, and I don't have proof of enough funding. So basically, but what I realized that there was a mistake on my pre-enrollment form, because the first pre-enrollment form I did then it was not stated in my pre-enrollment summary that I have a scholarship. So it was after I printed my pre-enrollment summary that I realized, okay, yeah, I have a scholarship, and it was not stated on my pre-enrollment form. So basically, I wrote to the school that, okay, I wrote to the embassy. I wrote to the school that I realized that my pre-enrollment summary does not indicate that I have a scholarship. So then the school withdrew my application from the embassy, then effected the change, and they forwarded the new pre-enrollment summary to the embassy and also forwarded the same document to me. But I would like to say this for purpose of everyone who wants to apply for Italian visa or as a student. Basically, most universities here, they don't meddle in students' visa application. What they tell you is that they don't meddle in the affairs of the visa in your country. So you are the one responsible for your visa. The school does not really put in a word for you. Basically, it's just you have to be the one to push yourself to get the visa. So basically, because I had this error whereby I have enough proof of fund, I have an accommodation. The school said it's going to help me to get an accommodation. So I don't think I should have a plan. But what I realized is that maybe due to many applications, maybe they didn't really read my documents. So I don't really know what went wrong that day. But actually, when I sent an email to the school responded, okay, they effected the change and they forwarded the document back to the embassy and they also sent me a copy of this email. So, but I think in the next 2 hours, because when initially Italian embassy, they give a prejudicial notice and they will ask you to respond in the next 10 days. So I think it was the second day after getting this notice that I sent a message to the school, and so basically on that same fateful day, my visa was issued that same day, due to the fact that I think the school corporate sent a mail to the embassy, okay, this social person has a scholarship, and this scholarship is just for one student per department. So, and I think the scholarship and with the benefits with it, I can really live. I don't really have to call on my parents over back in Nigeria that this is a really good scholarship. So, and basically because it was not stated on my pre-enrollment summary, that's why the school had to remove my application first, then effected the change, then forward it back to the embassy. So basically, that's how I got my visa without even responding to the embassy for the pre-registration notice. So as I said earlier, there were two kind of scholarships in Italy for Italian students. I don't mean for international students. We have a community of over, I don't know, more than 50 countries, different countries who are here to study. And most of these students, they're either on one scholarship or the other. So apart from the university scholarship, there's a scholarship that is being called MIETI, Ministry of Education and Foreign Affairs in Italy. This scholarship is for, I think, for five students from each African countries. This scholarship, it was being held in both Nigeria, Ghana, most West African countries. So if you can't get a scholarship from the school, there's another scholarship you can apply for, and this MIETI comes with a scholarship whereby you don't have to pay tuition fee, and you also get a 9,000 euros per annum for students. So the third kind of scholarship I'm going to discuss is what they call regional scholarship. Regional scholarship is a scholarship that's based on region. So it depends on your income. So basically, as an international student, and you are coming from Nigeria, which is one of the low income country. So the school will ask you to compute a document that is called your income statement. This income statement contains your income of your family in the last 3 years. So based on your income, they're going to determine your school fees if you don't get scholarship. So, but basically, this is just like a secret to every international student who wants to apply. Most international students have known here, when they compute this document and they apply for the regional scholarship, they always get a scholarship, and they always get a tuition fee waiver for the academics. Understand what I mean? So basically, for international students, if you want to apply here, if you are not really looking into the other scholarship, which I mentioned earlier, which is Father Excellence Scholarship. And one thing I did mention that I didn't apply for this for the Father Excellence Scholarship. It's being based on merit. You don't need to apply for it. The school or the admission committee are the one that review your application. Then they will award you if you deem fit to get this scholarship. So the other scholarship I was talking about was regional scholarship. So this regional scholarship is based on your family income. For the last 2 years, they will ask you, okay, compute your family composition, your father, your mother, you and your other brothers or your sisters. So you have 5 in a family. They ask you to compute your income for the year 20 for the last 2 years. Then when you get this document, it has to be authenticated and legalized. Then when you submit this document to the school computes, they gather your information together, and there's something ISE. I can't really remember the full meaning of ISE. So they give you an ISE value. If your income as a family is less than 250,000 euros per year, then each family, like each student with different family income, if you have to pay school fees, I think the highest you can pay, if you have to pay school fees in this university where I am, the highest you can pay if your parents are so rich. And when I'm saying your parents are so rich, that means if your parents are earning over 250,000 euros per year, which is very, very much in Nigerian money. So basically, and I think the school fees differ per department. We have medicine, we have School of Science, we have School of Psychology. So we have different departments, and most of this faculty, their school fees are higher than each other. So basically, even though if you don't get a scholarship, but you as an international student, you compute your income statement and the school assess it, and they are going to, after getting your income statement, they are going to compute a value. They are going to add your family income together. Then they are going to base it on a scale less than 250,000 euros per year. So basically, when you get this document called ISE, then you can use it to apply for regional scholarship. So all what you have to do, you just have to submit the document, then fill in some details on the school website. So as I said earlier, this regional scholarship is different for different regions. For other regions, I think you have to take the document to your local government in Nigeria, do some things. Some schools, for some schools like my own school, what I need to do was I got the documents, and I took it to the courts in where I stay, and it was being notarized by the High Court in where I stayed in. So basically, initially you can't have 2 scholarships as a student in this country. So once I got the Father Excellence Scholarship, I can't really apply for any other scholarship because they always tell you you can't combine the scholarship in this country. Once you have a scholarship, the other one you have to leave it alone. But basically, I computed my income statement because majorly everything you do here as students or you want to get a benefit is particularly based on this ISE. So basically, I did this composition because I wanted to apply for a school stay. So for you to apply for a school stay, you need this document that's being called ISE. So you need the document. So basically, even though you're applying for some benefits over here when you're a student, you still need this document that's being called ISE. So basically, when I got this, I just used to apply for the post application, and I didn't use it to apply for Union Scholarship because I already have a scholarship. So, and there's other scholarships too that you can also apply to, but I don't know if some scholarships are limited to Nigeria, some scholarships are not limited to Nigeria. Like apart from the MIT, I think there's a scholarship that is being called Study in Italy. I can't really remember the name, but there's also a scholarship that's been based on that you just have to apply for. So these scholarships are just basically scholarship that you can apply for without even having to write submission letter. But basically, the MIT scholarship is what I realized. I realized that you have to, after applying for the scholarship, you are going to be shortlisted, and then you go for an interview in Abuja to be awarded the scholarship. But basically, I think that I was fortunate to have a friend who got the scholarship in the same year with me. So I think in Nigeria, maybe out of those people who apply, I think it was given to maybe 2 or 3 students. So that kind of scholarship is a competitive scholarship. But once you know what you want to go for, I think you can also ace it. But basically, I'm just here because I got the Padua International Scholarship, which was based on merit. And so that's just what I'm saying. And as I said earlier, you have a community of friends. Like before I got here, I was in a group chat for students who are Italy. So all this information, you have to get it. You have to be informed because there are some. If you are not informed, you'll be deformed. So there are some things you need to know. You understand what I mean? Like as an Nigerian, you have to get information. So we have a group whereby for incoming students, and when you're doing your admission, then you are going to get it to a group. This is just like a community group for Nigerian students. So I think different countries will have this different. They also have their different WhatsApp platform or different social media platform that they discuss. So basically, I was fortunate to also be in the group when I was applying for my admission, applying for my visa. So everything with the help of the group and the help of my friends and the help of information, I was able to do this by myself without the help of an agent. So basically, that's also so. I don't know if you have any other question, or I don't know if I missed something. So if any question comes up, then you can ask. So I can also put in some words or try to remember what I've not said. So thank you so much, Benga, for the opportunity. Benga, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I thank you for taking us through the processes. We really appreciate it. And please, to the participants, if you have anyone that has any questions, please raise your virtual hand. I will give you a chance to ask our brother question now. So I will give you a chance to ask him questions. So if you have any question, please raise your virtual hand. If you want to ask the scholar a question now, please raise your hand, virtual hand. I will give you audience so that you can ask your question. Before we round up now, please raise your virtual hand so that we can know if you have any question before we round up. So I think nobody is raising up their hand now. So I think we want to just end it up here. Thank you, Mr. Omole Emmanuel, for your time. We really appreciate it. And maybe subsequently, if you have any question, we can be forwarding to you and maybe you answer it for us. So thank you for having us. Thank you. We really appreciate it. So we have come to the end of this discussion. We are still going to continue just a series. We are still going to engage other people from other countries, other that got other scholarships too. So this is just the first one. So we're going to continue, please.
Can you hear me, Ben?
Yes, I can hear you.
So, and I wanted to say something. So, if you're interested in applying to any of these Italian universities or schools within Italy that your course is in, then I can forward the group link. I can forward the group link to Benga. You can send it all over to you. So there's a group whereby for incoming students who are still not who want to get more information about applying to schools in Italy. Understand? So there are some schools you can recommend for you based on your degree, or you just have to do your assignment by yourself. Then it comes to group. There are a lot of people who are there to help you to also do this. As a Nigerian, we are also interested in bringing more people because most people don't know that as a student, education is one of the easiest way to migrate to another country. Basically, once you know what you are doing. So, and I saw a question in the chat box. Said, is there an opportunity for postdoctoral? I think there's an opportunity for postdoctoral degree. But basically, what I would just say is Italian bureaucracies. Like my course was in English. Basically, most of the bachelor's degrees in Italian. I'm very sure there are opportunities for postdoctoral. We have a lot of people. We have I know one or two people who are here for their PhD, but I have not really know most about postdoctoral. But I believe it's possible. Yeah, it's possible because most Italian universities they have fundings for all these postdoctoral opportunities. So, but I think when you make your research, I think you can find them. But even though, apart from the fact, I would also like to say this. Apart from the fact that you want to leave the country, try to move to a country where you can get a value for what you are coming for. So there are other countries too. So, but I would like to say this: if we're trying to move to another European countries, which is kind of difficult at the moment, I believe Italy with your document and the right information you have, Italy can be your stepping stone whereby after leaving here you can go to another European country because as I said earlier, Italy is one of the European Union countries. With your Italian visa, you can travel to more than to other European countries. To other European countries, so you understand what I mean. So basically, if you are trying to go to some other schools whereby the ambition is kind of a bit difficult from Nigeria, you can make Italy to be your first step. Then after some time, you can move on to the next country. So that's just basically my advice.
Thank you, Mr. Molly, for your time. We really appreciate it. Please don't anytime I don't know, maybe anybody wants to ask a question, let me just give them, let's just give me 2 or 3 minutes for questions in case maybe people just want to ask a question. I think one person has asked a question in chat box.
I saw another question. Yeah, to come to Italy, then we have to pass through the order of speaking their language. Yeah, basically, I'm not going to lie to you. Italy, they value their language so much. But for you to come here, you don't need to really speak the English. If you are coming here for study, just have to check if your studies in English language. As a student, I understand you try to also learn the language because they value the language in the sense that they are trying to embrace the English. They don't really speak English, but we have professors and teachers who are teaching English. So most of their courses, most of the bachelor's degree, I can really say in my school, I think they only have a bachelor's degree in English language in just 2 courses. The others are in Italian. The master's degree course I'm doing is in English. So basically, if I here to study, after study, you still want to try and settle down. But basically, they value their language in the sense that with their language, things can be so easy for you to do. To get a job here easily, if you know the language, is kind of easy because there are not so much English speaking jobs like that, except some eventual jobs. But basically, as I said earlier, if you know where you're going to and you don't mind, you don't mind, I can make it a little bit first, then move to another country. Basically, everyone who are here as a student, when they say, okay, I'm done with my studies, then it's because they've set the pace for what they want to do. Okay, then from there, you can really move to US. You understand what I mean? Because when you have an experience, also you already have an experience of studying in an international country apart from your country. So maybe once you are done with your master degree here, it's like easy for you to apply for PhD funding to the US, to the UK, so and to other countries as well. So you don't really need to pass through you don't need to speak Italian for you to get admission. You don't need to speak Italian for you to get to the visa. All what you need Italian here for is to communicate to people. And once you are here, you also have a community of friends to talk to here. So learning in the language is kind of a little bit not easy, but once you are open to learning, you can learn it as well. You understand what I mean? Because basically, if you are in a country for more than 1 year at least, you shall hear ta or all those things. So understand what I mean? But understand what I mean. So you also have to also dedicate your time to. You might be trying to learn it from because I remember when I was coming, I was trying to learn it a little bit how to speak hello, how are you? This is my name, so I'm here to do this. So you can just try to learn some basic few words before coming over. But basically, for your studies here, you don't need to know Italian to study. If your course is in English, you understand what I mean? So, but there are some scholarships too. I can't really remember their names. There are some scholarships that they will tell you, okay, if you are coming to Italian here, they might give you one. They might ask you to study the language for 1 year. And just like an opportunity for others to learn to speak another language and stuff like that. So they might ask, okay, for you to get this degree, for you to get this scholarship, will you be willing to learn the language for 1 year? And I think they did it for some other countries. I have some friends from other part of Africa, like I have a friend from Zimbabwe. He went to a French country to study in his bachelor. So basically, he was being taught the French language for a year before he continued studies. And basically, now he can speak French. And yeah, so basically, but for your study as a Nigerian, I realized like, okay, everything we do is English. Our official language from primary school, secondary school to university is English. So, but if your course is not in English in this country, in this school, there are some schools that offer English. I think most universities here in Italy, they offer their master's degree in English and PhD in English too, as well as possible. Yeah. And about the first question, I think the postdoctoral, I remember some few months back, someone came from Nigeria for a PhD. She just came for, I think, for a few months and she went back. So basically, you just have to also do your assignments. There are some opportunities that you can also tap from online too. So